I look at you? Do I look at the camera?
Me? It's recording. Yeah, me. Getting some BTS. No, me. So.
Sure.
The pretend it's not there.
It's literally not there.
So I definitely want to get into like how you started even shooting. Did you start like in high school?
Yes.
Or before that? Or?
Yeah. So, I think my maybe senior year of high school, I think I was at a thrift store and I found like a Minolta film camera, and so I've always shot film. Digital has never like been the forefront of any of my photography. So that's I graduated 2012, so maybe 2011.
Okay.
And at that time, you could just go and get it developed at CVS, right?
Yeah.
So instead of this whole process, and you'd go and you get them in an hour. And I remember trying out the camera, and then the worker was just like, "Did you open up the back?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Yeah, don't do that. Don't do any of that."
That was your first lesson.
That was my first lesson. They're like, "You got 3 usable images," and just those 3, I'm like, "All right, let's keep going." And so we bought another roll. And literally, I wanted to see them again, so I like within the day, I went to go get another run developed in that day, and they came back, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't open the door?" I was like, "Yeah, they came out great here." And the worker was just like, "Oh, here you go," and they're like, "Your camera works really well." And so, yeah, that was.
That was your first camera, technically, or no? Like,
that was the first time I, with my own like adult money, grown money, bought my own camera. I think it was like $20 at the thrift store or something. It was a Minolta SRT 202. Very, I clearly remember the camera. Like, And yeah, like I remember getting those first images. It was just random stuff. It was just stuff around my neighborhood because we wanted to burn it as fast as possible. And then after that, it was just like us having fun, riding quads, just taking it wherever. And at the time, it was like some hipster shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody was shooting film in 2012, especially here in the Central Valley. Like, if I saw somebody with a camera, I'd get excited, let alone a film camera, right? And so.
What about the people you're hanging out with?
Some did, obviously, but I think over time, when you start to like stack the numbers, how much it costs,
it's expensive.
It gets expensive.
Okay.
And then once they started phasing out the CVS like hour photos, you couldn't just develop them right then and there. It wasn't quick, so you had to go and send it, and it was even more hurdles to jump to get your stuff developed. And so
you've been shooting since then. Well, how long did you have that camera for?
You know what's funny? I had it for maybe 2 years, and then I just sold it.
Oh, okay.
But at that time, so when I was in high school, I think it was like 2012. I think it was around 2012. I got my first job, right?
Okay.
And with the first paycheck, I bought a little Instax Mini. It was a Polaroid branded Instax Mini, right? It was a Polaroid 300, which uses Instax Mini film. I bought that and 2 disposable cameras, even though I already had like a film cameras. Like, I just loved.
Just to have them. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I got adult money. I can just buy, my own stuff.
Whatever I want.
And so I remember going to that and then just having the Mini and just being like, this is so cool, like, and then it started the wheels turning on more instant. So at that time, Polaroid wasn't a company. They declared bankruptcy in 2011, 2009, I don't know when it was. And then I think around 2012, 2013, the Impossible Project came out with film, and I pulled out our old family Polaroid, and I bought, it was the crappiest film. It was so bad. The chemistry was awful. The results.
You bought stock on it?
Like literally, it was new stock, but the chemistry was awful. Like, the early Impossible Project Polaroid film was so bad.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I remember taking it to like house parties, and in 2012, shooting Polaroids at house parties is insane. That is people were like, I haven't seen these in
I thought they
yeah, they're like,
they don't exist anymore.
and I'm just like, it felt so cool doing that. And
Okay, so how did you, okay, first of all, let's backtrack on, okay, how did you even find out about the Impossible Project?
Oh, so I think it, like,
Instagram was a thing? Like that?
it was a thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't like hot.
Just, no. It was just, I've always been the type that if I wanted something, I'll find it. I'll look for it, I'll scour, right? And I remember Googling it, and then it was just like in threads at the time being like, there's a company coming up, they bought the plan, to, like, they're coming up with things, and then whatever, and they had like some of their journey like documented like in blog format. It wasn't really much video, and so I just followed along, and they're like, hey, we're gonna launch a viable product within, I think it was like 2012 or 20, and I was like, cool. And I this is some really niche things. So if you bought some of the first film packs, you got a card called the Pioneer card, right? Which says like you're an early pioneer of Polaroid or whatever, right? In that time is when I got hired, and within those 2 weeks, I was waiting for a paycheck, and so I missed the deadline to get a Pioneer card, and I'm like, I kind of.
What do you get with the Pioneer?
I mean, it's like, I think it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 10% off your order for life.
For life?
But yeah, there was something like that, something wild. I don't remember if that's what it was, but I remember. But Impossible is not a company anymore, so I'm like, I don't know. You know, it's now Polaroid, but I'm like, I wonder if they still honor that. I don't think they do.
That would have been cool though to even have it.
And so I was like, that's so sick. But I was waiting for those weeks, and then eventually I got the film. But I'm like, I kind of wanted the Pioneer card. I knew it existed. I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Okay, so then that's how you got into Instinct, right? So then, okay, before, like during that time,
yeah.
Did you look up to any photographers?
Oh, so there's two people. One of them is kind of well known. One of them is just like somebody who put me on. So when I was starting in the journey, I think when you start something really early on, you don't understand the big picture of what it is, right? It takes somebody with a lot more knowledge or wisdom to understand. And there was this guy out in Sacramento when I lived out there, and his name's Kirk, man. He was a teacher. He was like everything you can imagine. He was like a farm worker. He was a teacher. He just did everything. Yeah. And he was just like, hey, you like photography stuff? And he let me borrow one of his digital cameras, and which was like a Canon PowerShot G12 or something. And it was a gorgeous camera even then. And I remember he was just like, all right, take my picture. And I took his picture, and there was like, I put the head right in the middle, and there was hella head space, and he's all like, I'm the subject, what the hell is this up here, right? And he like tore me to bits, but he was just like, for my birthday, I clearly remember, he went and bought 2 Ansel Adams Polaroid books. Because I went to every bookstore in Napa, and I ended up finding them. And he's just like, there's 2 books on Ansel Adams photography with Polaroid. Okay. And he's like, I really wanted you to have these. He's like, I see that there's something there with what you're doing. And I'm like, oh, I was like, I think 18. And I'm like, oh, nah,
You didn't see it.
I didn't get it. But he's like, there's something there. I could see it in you. You're really passionate about this. And I'm like, oh, it's how I am with most things.
Passionate person.
Yeah. And that was one of those things of like, what does he see that I don't? Like, it started making me wonder,
Potential, yeah.
And so at the time, obviously, I didn't know anybody locally here in the Valley or anything. And so I'd look up YouTube videos, and one of my biggest inspirations is this guy named Luis Mendez out in New York. And he is an instant film photographer who's like, he's an absolute OG in the game. Like, if you look him up, there's a bunch of videos.
Go ahead, yeah. I think I do on Instagram. Is Luis Mendez?
Yeah.
Like Luis?
Louis.
O-U-I-S.
With yeah. And absolute OG in the game. So when I was looking up peel apart film content, because again, like 12, 13 years ago, nobody was making like not just informative content, I think it was like the real thing, or like videos, but like fun videos. And I think the New York Post did a story on him where they followed him around. I know, even like this is like 12, 13 years ago now.
Like a short, like a little informative thing.
And basically what he does, and this is something that, you have to see it to like understand it, is he dresses like an old news reporter, hat, suit, and he has a massive press camera, like, you know, that big. He has a big flash and everything, and he goes up to people and says, "Hey, I'll take your portrait," whatever, whatever. And he just goes up to people and takes their portrait. And he's all like, "Oh, it's donation based, right? Whatever, whatever." And he literally takes instant portraits right then and there. And he's just like a master at his craft. And people are like, "Oh my," you know, they're stunned. And he's just like, "I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could just go up to people and, you know, make a living off of your photography right then and there." And so that stunned me that I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know people were like bold enough to do that.
Yeah. So that got you like, intrigued into.
That was to me, because it's, I think with photography, film photography especially, like you have to trust the artist, you have to trust everything. And with instant film photography, there's no Photoshop, there's no crop, there's no nothing, right? And so that one's just the instant proof, like how good are you and how good can you be in this short period of time of us interacting, right? And to me, like, if you watch the videos, this dude has like the swagger. He's just like, he's literally been like, there's people with digital cameras, I'll take the better pictures than them with my film camera. And I'm like, I didn't know you could be that like cocky and cool. Like,
you're like, I thought it was an inferior art form.
Yeah, I thought it was just like, you know, everybody, especially at that time, like film was not.
It was not popular, and people thought it was inferior, right? It phased out.
Yeah, they thought it was kind of on, especially at that time, it was on a huge decline.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I didn't know you could, you know, do all that, and I didn't know whatever. And it was, to me, the goalpost that I wanted to get to eventually. The level of like, if I start working on it, I could be like this one day, right? And
I something to work towards.
Yeah, just that like confidence, the swagger a little bit, the like cool, but also the know-how and the technical ability to be like, I can make something very special in a very short period of time, and it's like the compound interest of all the time I spent learning photography stuff. So I'm like, damn, that shit was so like just rewired my whole brain. It was really good. It was really fun.
Have you met him, or did he
I've been like,
pass away?
No, still living legend.
Okay.
He's like, we're in like same area, different times. I've literally been to an event, I leave, and then people start posting that he's there, and I'm like, yeah.
Have you hit him up? Have you tried?
Dude, he's just like an OG. You can catch him. He's just like, you can catch him outside B&H, and telling the photographers like, just like, I can take a better portrait of you. Let me take a picture of you with your camera. Let me do, you know.
Okay.
Dude's awesome.
Okay, so so during that time, there's that teacher from Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that told you about instant and gave you the books. And then after that, what happened? Like, did you take it more serious after that, or not?
I just kept learning, and see, I think it was around the same time where I saw both of them, where somebody kind of instilled confidence in me to like pursue it, but at the same time seeing like a end goalpost to be like things that I could work towards. And
so you just kept doing it like on the low?
And yeah, I mean, even now, photography isn't like a paid gig for me. It's still very much a passion.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like I'd put it above a hobby because I'm like, I'd spend a lot of time, you know, doing it. But it was just that. Like, there would be times where, like, obviously I wasn't shooting film every day or something, or I wasn't like working towards a project or a book or, you know, anything. But it would be capturing my friends, capturing our adventures, capturing us growing up or whatever.
Yeah, memories.
And yeah, like, it's just parties and events and whatever. When you're young, you're going out, you're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It was so fun to capture all that on film, especially.
So you would just carry it with you, and then just capture whatever gets captured.
Yeah.
So no goal, basically.
No goal. It was
for fun.
It was just for fun. It was just like, I don't know, you just like the process, you just like the thing so much that you just, I mean, it's like anything, it has room to grow. There's always things we could do. Some of the next frontiers are educational portions, bringing on guest speakers to teach, to show specific styles or different avenues. It goes back to like, you don't know something or how something's perceived until you see it yourself. And so that's one of those like,
just getting started.
Yeah. I feel like these last 3 years have been really just like building an audience, getting people comfortable with the format of like showing up, making time. Like, admittedly now with doing more gallery stuff, getting their work prepped to be shown.
So how is that like part of the next
It,
chapter for the club?
it could be. I think more than anything, it's just like it's one thing to like get comfortable sharing like your time or energy with people, and especially we're doing the galleries where it's like sharing your work, right? I think it's more comfortable just getting out there, which is that's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But now more than ever, it's sharpening the knives and like getting people really like showing them something different, or getting around people who only shoot one specific thing and seeing how to get better at that specific thing, whether it's portraiture or food or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I got humbled really quickly where somebody asked me to do photos for some food stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know to do that, and I'm like, all right, this isn't people. Like those skill sets, they transfer, but there's a whole different language in trying to make food look appetizing.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm not trying to make people look appetizing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make them look like cool, but not like edible. And so getting people like more skill sets in their tool bag, getting them more things, and giving them more reasons to like keep pursuing it. I think more than anything, I think that's the end goal, is just giving people avenues to share their work, giving them comfortable with doing it. It's an ongoing battle, if anything.
So what clubs have you, or photo walks have you attended that have like inspired you?
Yeah.
Besides the ones here.
Yeah.
Like outside.
Yeah. I've gone to a lot of them. The Sacramento 916, Cameras and Coffee 916. They have grown tremendously. It is awesome to see. They have good infrastructure. They have a lot of cool places to pull from. There's a lot of cool they have a lot of resources, and a lot of people there are putting in time and effort into it.
Okay.
Right. A lot of them obviously work their own jobs. They have their own lives like anybody else, but they do it again as a passion project. Those are always the ones that the people who there's no end goal, it's just for the sake of existing.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones because they really like it. They like it so much they're willing to put in everything themselves just for the sake of doing it. Like those are the ones that I always look for, of like not with a goal or an agenda, or admittedly with a brand usually. It's just show up, have fun, and then just exist for a while with your craft.
Oh yeah. So I kind of thought you guys were trying to bring that here. Like you guys just throw it just to hang out.
Yeah.
And to have fun. So yeah, man. And then here, I don't know, man. Is it maybe because I'm not in that world, but how are like businesses and companies and brands, like, do they support like the community, like the photography community, or do they just not know about it? Or
oh man, that's no, great question. I think when you're not known for a specific thing, it's really hard to try to change the narrative to be like, no, there's a huge scene, of whatever. Obviously, everybody loves to dunk on Fresno, right? It's the easiest thing in the world. It's a layup at this point. It's not even a dunk. It's not even a dunk.
It is.
Right?
It's like everyone.
You can just pull up any news article that says Fresno, and it's not a great thing usually, And so it's kind of hard to explain to somebody, yes, there are some of these things, but there's so much culture and nuance and amazing artists in between all of that, They're all in between all of that. And so I always tell anybody who will like listen about the Camera Club because they don't get it, that it's like if LA and like the Bay are the United States, we're like Latin America of like, you know what I mean? We're like the market trying to break into the US or whatever, like if we're like pop artists or something.
Yeah. Always trying to like get through the audience, get through the noise. And
the people here obviously resonated with really well. The people on the outside just don't get it, right? They have to come and experience it, and then they get it. But it's an uphill battle of trying to tell people like the area's cool, like the people are really friendly and nice. Like I think I love that about that when people show up to the events, they're always stunned by the friendliness and like the whatever. I'm like, yeah, no, that's just how everybody is. Like, you know, the weather might be hella hot, but like the people are really warm.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Okay.
So.
Damn. All right. So yeah. So I mean, those are a huge success. So congrats on that. Any more this year?
I
Planned?
think we might have one or two.
The year ends?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might obviously not when it's hot as hell.
No, yeah, it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
3 digits.
So I know. It's just like I'm fearful we might get to 4 digits this year. I don't know. Just kidding. No, just like 1,000 degrees.
Damn.
No.
All right. Well, I did want to hear from you, like your expectations on like the photography community and the video community here. Like, what do you think? What's something that we don't talk about more? Like one thing, like maybe it's a hurdle.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's things that people say behind closed doors, but
Oh man.
we should say them so people like don't do them or change things or talk about it. Like, what's one of those things that is holding us back from like us being like a hub for photographers from other cities to come through?
No, that's huge. It goes further than us sharpening our skills and like doing the thing. The good thing about the area is like, it sounds so bad, but the lack of things going on, it's open to opportunity. Right? Like sometimes, I'll give you an example because it's kind of a wild, backwards thing to say. I'll go to New York, I'll go to San Francisco, I'll go to, other LA, and what's the biggest things about it? Traffic, parking, infrastructure, right? There's always something going on, there's always something around the area, right? It's not just one thing. Here in the Central Valley, any Saturday you can take up a whole block with an event, not gonna bother nobody, right? The lack of stuff is its biggest plus. Like I've been trying to scramble, getting to events, circling for parking, trying to find something. Here, I just pull up right next to the venue. Nothing's happening, right?
It's not great. Yeah, it's not that packed.
And so its biggest plus is the lack of things, which is kind of backwards. I would say the biggest con about it is because there's no other accentuating arts or other people who have invested into Fresno, it's kind of hard to get that, like, piggyback off other people to build up together. I think there's amazing photographers, videographers, whatever, and once you reach a certain threshold where you're really confident, well, you're just kind of like looking around like, well, I mean, I could help build something from nothing, which is a huge, long journey, or you can go to LA and accompany somebody at your level and build. Right, and so it's easy to escape. I don't knock people for it. I used to get really upset when people would leave, but I'm like, it doesn't pay the bills. Like, you can't, like, finding that clientele who's willing to pay for the amount of time and effort, it's hard. And so the other way, the lack of infrastructure, the lack of, like, people matching your skill set with the price point sometimes, it's hard to find in the area.
Okay, so you're talking about like once you hit a threshold, and have you hit that thread? Do you think you've hit that? No, there's still opportunities here that you can
I think
take advantage of.
It's funny. I think more than ever now that I'm with this summer of doing more camera events, I'm like, there are a lot more frontiers that I need to do. Putting my work out there more, putting myself out there more. There's still a lot of areas that I'd like to go and interact with people and tell them what we got going on and trying to bring them back to Fresno. But there's always a new level, there's always a new horizon. There's always something I can learn or try and experience. And so as much as I will try to go out and do that, I'll always try to bring it back here. Because
because it's hard to shine the light for people here and the city.
Yeah.
And man, I commend you for that, bro. Like, I know there's a lot of people that are trying to do that, and they don't get through.
It's tough, and it's the hardest thing to try to make something from nothing and build up everything. You know what I mean? Like, you can only do the best photography for a concert that maybe will sell like 100 tickets. Or you can do amazing photography for a stadium, and the thresholds are different. You're still executing at your best, but the impact's way bigger on a grander stage. And so I'm always trying to be the smallest fish in the pond. I'm always trying to do the thing like I don't gain anything from taking up as much space in one specific area. Like I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that for me. I always want to feel like I need to learn more.
Yeah, growth.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, that's cool. Well, now let's get into the fun questions.
What's wrong?
Let's go back and sit down. Or that, what's it called? Pizza? Like, yeah, do people know what goes into the work of Diego or aim.shoot.develop?
Great question.
Like what are the things that people would not know that you do behind the scenes, right? Like you just said.
Yeah.
You put in hours on like a carousel.
Yeah.
Why?
Literally just for obviously you went to the gallery.
The comic?
Yeah. No, not the Calvin Ground, the
Gallery.
Oval Gallery. In the artist statement, I put my goal with all of my work is to make people feel like celebrities, make them feel like I don't know, really cool about themselves, really confident in themselves. And my big intention with photography is to make them feel like celebs, like feel like, oh shit, like I'm getting put on, and I'm just
the attention's on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, and I feel like if I don't handle it with that level of care, the trust is kind of broken to be like, I trusted you to make me look cool or make me look good, you know, and so the pressure's on me to like organize it and stylize it in a way that's flattering to them, makes them look cool. And I think in turn, when people see the work of like only great flattering images of people, they're like, oh shit, let me, you know.
He can execute.
Yeah. And so it makes it like this full circle moment of like, oh wow, like all the photos this dude takes is amazing. I'm like, these aren't all of them, but they're very curated and really well stylized.
Yeah, so you just don't post whatever, whenever. It's like curated with a purpose, right?
Yeah, it's to show a style or a technique or an event. I think more than anything, it's just I try to help out the homies with event stuff. It's one thing to do an event, it's another thing to document it, you know. And it's like, you know that really well, where it's just like you can be doing the best thing, but if nobody knows about it.
Yeah. Your favorite camera? Let's get into the fun.
My favorite camera is the Polaroid Big Shot.
Okay.
I was just like, hello camera. I have it here.
Actually, yeah. Let's show
You're never gonna believe this. I got my baby.
Yeah. Well, I believe it, bro.
I was just like, of course I got it on me.
Of course you do. But the people might not know.
All right, here. I'll take a. So here it is, my Polaroid.
Oh, I love the customization.
Stickers. The Camera Club one. Fresno, right here. Fresno. And then here you go, David, Dev Build, New York. Got this one in New York. Tess. It's like Madeline, the Camera Club, Dark Slide, Film Visalia, Tim Ryugo. Shout out to the homie. I'm still developing.
Yeah.
Right, those are cousins. Fucking eat, sleep. Don't look at that one. Me, it's just like I love the stickers.
This is not gonna be promoted to kids. So
I know.
It's for adults only.
Cool. But
okay, so this is. Well, let's talk about this camera then. We're already into it.
All right. So
since you know it, it's one of your dream cameras that you've had.
Yes.
That you actually got.
So this.
Why and how and yeah.
So this is a Polaroid Big Shot. It's a 1970s. I think it was only released for 2 years, 72, 73 maybe. And retail price when it came out, $20, which was very cheap.
$20.
Yeah. It's plastic fantastic. Everything about it's mechanical. Doesn't need batteries. And basically the film had been discontinued in 2016. And since then, it's just skyrocketed in price. A pack of film will run you about $100+, which is like $10 a photo, and that's really unachievable for most people, myself included. And so,
hence the.
So yeah, I found somebody who chopped up an Instax wide, put it on the same focal distance, and matched up the viewfinder to take instant portraits on the lens and focal distance that I really like. And so Andy Warhol uses camera famously, and it's so cool to give that energy back to people, especially here locally, to be like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you like, you know, Andy Warhol did to all his big portraits. All of his famous paintings were based off of Big Shot portraits.
Okay, so with that said, why? Like, I don't think you said that on your. So
Why?
So you tell them on your YouTube.
Yeah.
That you go more in depth.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Why specifically is that intention of shooting people really well and really intentionally, like a celebrity, right? Is I found the celebrity. This is the celebrity camera, like.
Because of War.
Yeah.
Warhol used it. Who
And
else used it? Like, was that it?
I think, like famously, yeah,
Okay.
right. Like there's not many other people. Like there's a lot of.
Tapped in, yeah.
There are a lot of more modern photographers that do celebrities and like. Polaroid film is always, or peel apart film has always been on the radar of
Yeah.
celebrity shoots. It's always on the back burner or whatever.
I see it a lot, yeah.
And so by using Instax Wide, it's way more accessible to everybody, not just a select few. And so I've been shooting this camera. I've owned it for about 2 years. I think I've taken like 2,000 plus portraits with it. And I did my first zine and gallery based on this. I own 2 of them, but based on this specific type of model of converted with the flash, and it's super flattering. I was like, let me take your portrait right here. I'll show.
Okay.
You want to do the process to show people,
Yeah.
like. I think that's the.
Is that like?
So. The reason why is it's close, it's intimate, it's sharp, but not distance close. It's a 220 millimeter lens, and so I think about. I know it's like I think around.
And you already know the distance.
Oh yeah,
Approximately.
yeah. It shows you in the. There's like a little patch roof on it.
Okay.
But I'm like, you do it long enough. I'm like, it's about here, and then you line it up.
Okay.
And so here we go. Line up the eye, 3, 2. All right, cool. All right. So snap the picture, flash, and then it's. Okay, so I ran out of film.
It's okay.
Give me a sec.
It's okay. That was fun.
That was fun.
So it takes Instax. Yeah, Fuji. That's fire right there.
Yeah.
Do you repurpose these to put?
No.
You don't do that?
Dude, I go through so many of them.
I do. I'm a noob because I think it's cool.
It's cool. There you go. So just like a regular Instax, and then dark slide. Right. Oh, here's a little fun. Little snap.
What?
I was like, you do it long enough, you
The
just.
OG.
All right, here you
Okay.
go. A little bit to the left, right there. I'm gonna get a little bit taller, right there. 3, 2. There you go. Okay, so take the picture, right? Handle on the left, right here, and then when you develop it, you hold down this, and it pushes the pick arm. So usually when you push the shutter button, it does like the proper thing. Since this one's like hot wired, basically, you hold it down, and then you get an image.
And it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I know. So it's I love when I show people the picture and they're like, "Oh, that's cool," and I'm just like, "Do the."
You're like, not yet.
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
wait.
I was just like,
So we'll wait. We'll show you when it's done.
I know you should see seeing.
Oh, is it that fast? I thought
Yeah.
it was like 3 minutes or something.
Look at this. I was like, this dude right here. Boom. There it is in real time.
Shit, it is on there.
Yeah. So look at that. Look at that.
Damn.
Right. And so that's literally like a celeb. Cool. The amount of times I've taken people's portrait, and it's just the cover image, and I'm just like, yeah, it's flattering. It looks nice.
Yeah, it is.
So, there you go. So yeah,
Imagine.
I've been chasing this high for a lifetime of quick, simple, sharp, and fairly accessible. And I think this is like the trifecta of whatever. I spent so much money figuring this out.
So when did you get that again?
I got it 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I would say the first couple hundred images were trash. Like they were just like, the exposure was off.
You were learning.
And everything was off. The framing was off. I didn't understand anything about it. And then slowly I'm like, okay, well this works. And I'm like, okay, this works and this works. And eventually I just got it dialed in to where I'm freaking taking portraits one after another. I'm like, next, come on.
No, that's
I'm pointing them out. I'm like, all right, you're next.
You're next.
Your neck.
Step in.
Something like this.
Okay, so what's your dream camera that you don't have? That you, if you had unlimited money, would it be that? You know that you've seen it. There's that show about that big old instant camera that's like that they take around. The
Yes,
world.
yes,
What's it
yes.
called?
The 20 by 24. It's a Polaroid camera.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That.
you want to?
No. It's too inconvenient.
Okay. You like to live
I like the
mobility.
I like the charm of no matter where you are, being able to capture whatever.
Oh, okay.
I love that. I love that feeling of like I could travel the world. That thing, it's like you gotta wait for it.
Yeah, you have to ship it.
I love that series. I've met John Reuter and Harriet, I think is her name or their name, and literally, like, I've met them in person. I'm like, they're so ambitious to keep that process alive. They're super
Where?
in New York at Policon.
Oh, they were there.
They were there, and so I'm like, they're super nice people, and on top of that, like they're keeping a format that's long dead alive.
What? Did you take any flicks with them? No.
Now I took photos of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I know, and it's I try my best to. If somebody asks, I'll give them all the information, right? I'll give them anything that they ask for, because for the longest time I didn't know anybody, right? And I think it's this weird overtake of like when you don't know anybody, you know the things, and then you become the person that is the person.
Without even knowing, bro. But that's beautiful, man, because now you got the knowledge that you get to share.
Yeah, and I don't gain anything from whatever. I would love to like know somebody that takes it even further than I go, right? I don't gain anything from it, but other than the personal satisfaction, like they freaking did it, you know. I think the full circle thing for me was I was the one to take everybody's picture, and after a while I'm like, who's taking my picture, right? And so I'm like, if I teach people how to take pictures, they'll take my picture.
Yeah.
And so with this camera specifically, anybody that asks, I'm like, go for it, right? Try it. And they're like, no, and I'm like, please, I will not get my photo taken if you don't even try.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite portraits is somebody who had never used it before, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I'm like, all right, give me that back. Give me that camera back right now. I was like, you're a little too good at this. And
it's a beginner's luck.
No. They're amazing photographers in their own right, but it was so funny to be like, I was like, yeah, a little too good off rip. I wasn't that good off rip, so what's going on here? So it came about, first obviously it was me by myself, and then I think after one or two events, Edgar was just like, hey, I'd love to help. You know, like it's a big challenge to take on, and so Edgar helped out. And then we were looking, because one of the massive things with photography is it's mostly male-driven. It's a dude-centric the craft for the most part, right? There are a huge amount of photographers that are women. Very rarely are they present in any of these things, you know? And so I'd asked the favor of Tess and Madeline to help out with the event, with doing their own event, and like you can shape it however, you can do whatever you want. It's just so y'all have your own space, because it's sometimes a disservice to be like, oh, there's a bunch of dudes here, and you know, I don't know. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of hard to try to elbow for your space when there's a bunch of people. And I think connection means a lot, and having the connections that you're cool with, or like, you know, it goes a long way. And so Edgar is mostly digital, does some film, right? Tess is mostly, it's a mixture now of film and digital, but mostly landscapes and nature, right? Which I don't do at all. but when I see it done well, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. Madeline is a mixture of mostly like film sets and like really building the vibe, and film and digital, same thing. And yeah, I think Madeline's best thing is her ambition. I think she's like never stopped since I've known her. It just keeps, it's so awesome. It's just one of those things of like, you exist long enough, everybody meets everybody, if you're, you know. And the last one's Arthur. Arthur's usually like a sly dude, like he's It's like there's times he's taking photos of me, and I'm like, when did you take this? Like sleek.
Yeah.
And Arthur's mostly concert photography, which is his own subcategory,
That's right.
or event photography, which is like, you know, capturing things as they happen with without any like structure, timing. You have to build the timing. And so I think a lot of us are all like stagnant things. Like we like to pose and curate. Tess kind of just take things as they are. Same with Edgar, like he loves landscapes and stuff and like structures and buildings. But Arthur has to capture still life as it's moving, as it's happening, without messing up the flow of what they're doing. And so all of us have
your own lane, which I love.
Yeah.
I think it's so diverse, man. Every member has his own thing, but you guys, you know, can enter like, because you can shoot a digital, obviously, right? And then Maddie likes film, loves film, but she has a digital too. You're right, like So, okay, so what do you think about digital versus film? What are the purists?
The purist.
With the film, like if you don't shoot film, you're not a real photographer.
I've lived long enough to see the thing from it going to like, oh, it's a fun side hobby thing or like whatever, to now all the paid photographers that are digital shooting film to be like, this is my escape, and I'm like, it's not my escape. This is my everyday. Right?
Hey, hot take, but I love it, bro. It's your truth.
It's fun. I do love to see it that they're like, yeah, you know, I have to think about where this is going, who's going to see this, how's it going to get posted online, how's it this. And like with film, like, it's just for me. It's just for whatever. I'm like, I know, that's why I shoot it that way. You're just like, nice. That's exactly why I do it that way. It's, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no wrong answer. There's a certain use case for everything. But for me specifically, it's just the test of skill to be like, you got one shot, make it work.
No, that's crazy.
You know, it's a fun little challenge every time to get the one time, get it right, and you're just like, cool, you know.
So you get that high.
Yeah, it hits a little harder. It's, you know, it's I think film is like when you're, you know, when you're like by yourself in a basketball court, and it's just like, okay, 3 seconds on the clock. There's nobody even around. Right, 3, and you count down yourself. Yeah, you add that little bit of like fun to it. Like, this is the NBA Finals, and that's film every time. Digital is just like, okay, so I'm actually on a basketball court by myself.
But did you want to put out your personal? I saw you do your own personal.
I do.
Like on the low?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like.
No. That's just for you.
It's just photos. You know, it's funny. I don't know where to put photos that other artists take of me. If I put on my own Instagram, I'm like, all right, this dude's a little wild.
Okay.
So I just started posting like some work and like stuff where I'm like, this doesn't have a rhyme or reason to exist as like a main post on my aim.shoot.develop page, but I want to put it somewhere for people to see.
Yeah, almost like a Tumblr page.
Yeah, just put whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
And so
aim.shoot.develop.
YouTube.
We'll plug that in.
TikTok, Instagram. I'm trying to do more long-form content and share stuff like this. I think that's in the works. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a zine release in Fresno. I'm working towards that because I did one in Visalia.
You did.
I think I want to do this for everybody that shows up to show like, hey, the people here, they want art stuff and they show up for art stuff, right? And so I want to show that. I want to really highlight that people here are not afraid to show up and support. So,
so now's your time to like.
I'm trying to think.
Shout out to people that have supported you.
Oh my gosh.
Day one, and you know, like I'm telling you, people are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And you got to give them their flowers. Maybe you have in person, but for everyone.
No,
to, like,
I mean even just this conversation is just like OTB right here follows. It's like I'm gonna flip the thing. No. The intention.
Like Fabio, right?
Fabio, Bad Kids Club, the Bad Girls Market. I love all the peeps. But intention is everything. Like, it's cool. Again, like the verbal thing, I think it's awesome. People saying like, hey, I like what you do, love that. It's another thing for somebody to be like, hey, let's build something off of that, or let's be. So I'm like, you two, the intention of actively wanting to document stuff going on right in the present is a cool thing. I don't know.
If not, it's cool, bro.
I'm trying to think here. I was just like, I'm just trying to exist.
Nah, you're good.
Trying to have a good summer.
This is again informal, not staged. yeah, I think we're good, man.
Cool.
So, my boy Diego signing out.